Welcome to 22 Sounds weekly look at the new vinyl releases. I'm Manu, co-owner of 22 Sound, the independent record store in Mandeville, Louisiana. And just like every week, I dove into the new vinyl release calendar. And in this video, I want to present you what I thought stood out for release week, October 27th, 2023. And if you want to stay up to date with new vinyl releases on a regular basis, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And of course, you can pre-order all of these records straight from us, our store here, on our website, 22soundrecords.com. All right, let's get right into it. And we're starting this week with Travis Kelce's new girlfriend. She is doing what Ryan Adams did years ago already. She's releasing her own version of Taylor Swift's 1989. Yeah, don't need to say a whole lot about this. I think Taylor Swift kind of operates in her whole own universe at this point in time commercially. I mean, she's making Beyonce look like an underground artist. It is really quite fascinating to see the level of her success, the level of devotion of the people that love her. It is insane. So this is the next step in her series of re-recordings of her previous albums. We reached the point of 1989 here. So yeah, it can be pre-ordered straight from us. And for all of you non-Swifties out there, don't worry, there's a bunch of really cool releases for the rest of the world as well. Starting with Larry June, his album The Great Escape that came out earlier this year is now being released on vinyl. This is his collaboration with The Alchemist, one of the most acclaimed producers in the hip-hop world at this point in time. Don't even want to call it underground hip-hop anymore. It's a really big name, but he is a guy that I think never sleeps. I would guess it is insane, his output. Another great record. It's kind of a laid-back record. The vibe of it is kind of laid back. Really cool record to kind of just mellow out to. I really like it. It's definitely one of the great hip-hop albums this year, I would say. Then we have the second album of Black Pumas. It's called Chronicles of a Diamond. Comes, among others, in an indie exclusive version as well. And yeah, Black Pumas' debut album really was quite a success. We sold a good bit here. They have gotten really popular really quickly. Now here is their follow-up, Chronicles of a Diamond. Then we have Ice Spice. She is releasing a deluxe version of Like. That was an EP that came out earlier this year. So this is that EP, but with some extra stuff on there. And from what it looks like, a cover that's maybe a little less sexy, or whatever you want to call it, than the original. But yeah, Ice Spice, of course, exploding at the moment. She is getting real popular real fast. This is Like, the deluxe version on vinyl. Then we have a good bit of new music from old heroes, from people who have been in the business for a long time. One of them is DJ Shadow. He's releasing Action Adventure. Then we have Dokken releasing brand new album, Heaven Comes Down. I know some of you are probably gonna think, what? Dokken is still around? Yeah, they are brand new album from Dokken. Then we have Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, another legendary band. They are releasing Bauhaus Staircase. And we have The Mountain Goats releasing Jenny from Thebes. And Taking Back Sunday is releasing 152. And then for me, maybe personally, my highlight of the week, or the one that I'm really, really looking forward to, is the Gaslight Anthem's brand new album, History Books. That's a comeback record. First album since Get Hurt, which came out, I think, in 2015. If I remember that correctly, it's been quite a while, and I gotta say, I love the Gaslight Anthem. If you don't know them yet, they are, yeah, mostly compared to Bruce Springsteen. It's probably almost impossible to read any articles about Gaslight Anthem without seeing a reference to Bruce Springsteen. But I guess it is actually kind of true. I mean, they are certainly embracing that. It's definitely not an insult in any kind of way, and probably the best way to kind of give you an idea of the vibe of their music. But yeah, kind of started out as a little more of, I guess, almost like a punkier version of that heartland rock of Bruce Springsteen's. But yeah, they're from New Jersey as well. Really have a kind of a similar vibe. I gotta say, they were always going to be close to my heart. They were kind of my wife and mine first band that we loved together. When we first got together, we were obsessed with American Slang. Their third album, that was my introduction to them actually at the time, and so it's always going to have a sentimental place for me. But not just that, especially 59 Sound and American Slang, to me, absolutely amazing albums from start to finish. Can definitely recommend that to everybody. Wasn't crazy about Get Hurt, the last album. Not that it was terrible, but yeah, it just didn't quite hit it for me as much. So hope that this is going to be a return to form. One of the lead singles actually featured Bruce Springsteen. They were, I guess, like, hey, why not? Everybody already thinks we sound like him. Why not? Plus, When the Boss Calls, I mean, you would be absolutely idiotic not to collaborate with him. It was a pretty cool song. Didn't blow me away completely. It was a pretty cool song. I thought like there was like one of the section of the song that reminded me a little bit of Leatherface. I don't know, might be the only person that thinks that, but there's something about the melody line that reminded me a little bit of Leatherface. Not saying this sounds like them altogether. There's this tiny little moment in it, but yeah, really hoping for something big here. Love that band. If you don't know them, check them out. So let's see what they can do with their big comeback record. And then we also have some pretty cool reissues coming out, some that I want to mention. We have the 1975, it's a 10th year anniversary edition of their debut album. So now they've been around for a little while as well. And then we have two really big box sets that I'm pretty excited about to announce. Motley Crue is doing a big 40th anniversary box set for Shout at the Devil. Too Many People, the biggest moment in Motley Crue's career. Certainly the most metal album, I guess, in their career. To me, definitely one in my Crue top 3 as well. I love that album. There's just something about it. It's a certain vibe that they had on that. Great riffing, and yeah, this is definitely one of those albums that really kind of exemplified that moment in time that they were, to a good degree, responsible for. Were very influential. It was kind of the beginning, or closer to the beginning, of what later then was labeled the hair metal era, but there was still an edge to it that maybe later was a little bit gone, while they were still writing some really cool songs. I'm a big Motley Crue fan, so this box set, yeah, it's a pretty big thing. Has of course the proper album on LP. I think it has a CD version of it, a cassette version. I think it has some extra tracks on there. A candle holder, I think. There's all kinds of stuff in there. It's a pretty nice box set, and they're also reissuing the proper record just by itself on a picture disc. So that's a cool package for Crue fans. And then, yeah, kind of the opposite of the Crue, at least that's how they were kind of built at the time. Nirvana. It has been 30 years since In Utero, so 30th anniversary box set of In Utero here. Kind of similar thing. The record by itself is going to be reissued as well, but there's going to be this big box set to it. It's 8 records of course, the regular album, but a bunch of extra stuff on there. I'm gonna put the links in the video description so you can take a look at what exactly that entails. I mean, what an album. It doesn't really need any introduction, I don't think. Maybe the most anticipated record in rock history when you think about it. A follow-up to Nevermind, a record that not only changed the music world, or really in a way kind of changed the world as a whole, as much as music can do that. I mean, you can't get much more influential than what Nirvana did in their, unfortunately, very short career. So In Utero, getting the proper celebration treatment here. And while we're on the topic, just want to point that out real quick. There's going to be a new quote-unquote amplified version of Come As You Are, which was pretty early big Nirvana biography. I think it was originally released in 1993, so right around the time that In Utero came out, when Nirvana was arguably the biggest one, at least one of the biggest bands in the world. Kurt Cobain called it the best rock book he's ever read. Sounds a little vain when you just hear it like that, but I'm sure he had good reasons to call it that. But yeah, Michael Azerrad, who wrote the book, he kind of went back and added some stuff with the knowledge that he's gained over the last 30 years with a little bit of distance. This is coming out on October 24th. Looking forward to that. I think I'm gonna have to read that too. Definitely a big Nirvana fan, so that's a cool thing for you Nirvana fans out there. So this is our little look at the new releases on October 27th. Of course, there's many more, so check out 22soundrecords.com to see what else is out there. This is just my little subjective take, the ones that I thought stood out to me. All right, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you want to stay up to date with new vinyl releases and whatever else we choose to talk about that week. Follow us on our social media. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. Hope to see you soon.